everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J, and I wanted to give you guys another look at the Decadence palette. So I dusted mine off, I broke it back out, and we are doing another look using this baby. It is relaunching today, so if you guys want to get this palette, I will have a link to it down in the description box, and if this video goes up earlier than it launches, it will be a link for you all to be able to sign up to get this palette as soon as it launches. So I'm excited that Pat McGrath decided to bring back this palette because we didn't necessarily end on the best note with it. So if you guys don't know, this palette was launched originally 2 years ago, and I call it my birthday palette because it launched in January 2018, so I got it on my birthday. And this is the original packaging for the Decadence palette, and this palette was limited edition, but it was kind of re-released a little bit on a few websites. Like some websites randomly showed that they had this palette in stock at different points throughout that year, and so a lot of people didn't get a chance to get this palette, so she decided to relaunch it for the Star Wars collaboration. And if you guys were trying to actively get this palette during that collaboration, then we all know what went down. It was very difficult to get it. It launched a little bit earlier, and most people who wanted to get the palette during that time were unable to get it. And so since then, we've been unable to get our hands on that palette, but she's decided to relaunch it again. I don't know if the packaging is going to be this. I presume that it is. I'm looking on her website and it does have this there. So I believe you're going to be able to get this packaging. I don't know if the actual palette is going to be gold or what. That remains to be seen. We'll see exactly how the packaging is going. It is not going to be in the Star Wars type packaging that was limited edition, and that is gone. I believe still this palette is going to be limited edition. This is the fourth one that she launched, the Decadence palette, and as per usual, her palettes retail for $125, and I really like this palette because it looks decadent, it looks royal, it looks ornate. I love the design of the actual box. Pat McGrath always is going to serve with that, and I love the colors in this palette. So here's the color story of the palette if you guys have never seen it before. Very beautiful jewel toned colors. All of them are shimmers, so there's not a matte eyeshadow in here, and you guys know her special shades, the ones that are basically like pressed, beautiful, glittery type shades. None of those are in here. These are straight shimmers, so they smell of a hint of vanilla, so I like that, but these are very beautiful and they apply super smoothly. Again, I did do an initial review on this palette 2 years ago, so I will link that down below, and I've done another look using this palette on my channel as well, and I will have that linked down below. But the description of this palette says, to luxuriate in the splendor of an exclusive limited edition starring Mother's most precious jewels, 10 decadent eyeshadows illuminated by diamond sparkle intensity. Presented in a glamorous golden palette, this indulgent spread of sumptuous blues, exquisite golds, chrome cast metallics, and incendiary coppers ignite eyes with pure vibrant color glittering with iconic intensity. So she said what she said. This is for the royals. These colors are very rich in tone. I love these. We have gotten these a few times across her brand. So in the reboot video that I did using this palette, I kind of went into that, how she's given it to us in some of her mini palettes. She's given a few of these shades in her eyeballs. All in all, a few of these shades in this palette are still exclusive to this palette, so definitely check out my second video for more information on that. But I still love this palette after all of these years. In the eye look that I'm going to show you, I did reach outside of this palette to do a matte color in my crease just because that's my preference, but you can use this palette by itself, and I just think that it's absolutely gorgeous. And based on that description, actually, let me update what I said from the beginning of the video. I think that she's going to give it to us in gold packaging this time, and this is going to be the unicorn that you're going to get. So I'm excited. Let me know if you guys are excited. I hope everybody can get this palette that wants it. Definitely be on it if you do want it. I wouldn't hem and haw and sit and contemplate too long based on how fast this palette sold out in the past, but we will see how it goes. I'm crossing my fingers for everybody. I really am. But I wanted to give you guys more eye inspiration if you're interested in grabbing the palette, or if you already have the palette and you're like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what else to do with it. So at this point, this is going to be my third eye look that I'm doing on my channel using this palette. So I hope that you all enjoy, and I'll talk to you all shortly. Alright guys, so we're starting off with a blank canvas. I have the Pat McGrath concealer blended out on my eyelids. So I'm first going to go into a matte color from one of her Idol's single eyeshadows. This one is in the color Statuesque because the Decadence palette does not have any matte eyeshadows. It's all shimmer, and you can definitely use a shimmer in your crease if you want to. But the way that my eye shape is set, I prefer a matte color in my crease. So I'm just going to reach out of the palette first. And I am going to blend this in my crease and then buff it out to go as my transition color as well. So circular motions, get this color going. And this color is light in the pan, but it goes on a lot darker. But you don't have to use this color. Use whatever matte brownish type color that you have in your collection. But I'm just going to work this out, and I'm not going to add too much more products because this already gave me the effect that I want. I just want to make sure that it is good and blended and blown out, like so. So that looks really pretty and blown out. It gave us a basis to start our eye look. So now I'm going to go into the Decadence palette. So I'm going to switch to a compact brush. This is a Sonia G Worker 3. It is like a packer brush slash a blending brush. It's super unique. And I'm going to pick up the color Blue Blood just a little bit first. With this color, I'm going to pack it on the outer corner and then blend it up to the crease like so. So I'm using packing motions and I'm curving, and I am just going to make sure that this color goes on pretty opaque, and I'm going to concentrate it on the outer corner, and then I'm going to slightly curve my brush to blend it out in the crease. But I want this color to stay in this area, and I want it to be blended up so you can't see a line of demarcation. But that's the effect that I want. I'm going to take the color Inferno. With Inferno, I'm just going to, ooh, it's so pretty, y'all. I'm going to swipe this on the lid and then bring it up to the crease and then meet it over with the outer corner color. And pack this color on to where it's all across the lid. But honestly, this color is so smooth and so beautiful that it really doesn't take that much effort. I'm going to take the same brush in the color Sinful. Pop that on the inner corner. That's super pretty. And I'm going to wrap it around on the lower inner corner as well. Same brush. Just kind of use the tip of the brush. And on the rest of the lower lash line, I'm going to take the color Hedonistic with the same brush. I'm going to take that very close to the lash line. Slightly buff it out. Make sure to connect it to the inner corner highlight color. Make sure to connect it to the top, and that's going to be it. So I'm going to add some liner and lashes, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I am finished with my makeup. If you all want to know any of the details, make sure you check down below in the description box. But I enjoy using the Decadence palette as per usual. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. It makes me feel like royalty. I love the depth of the colors. I love how everything transforms on my eyelids. And this palette overall just makes me happy. Hello, it's Fit for a Queen, and I got this palette on my birthday, so this was my gift from Pat, basically. No, not really. I paid for it. But I love this palette. I say if you have the opportunity to get it, hopefully everybody does. If you want it, grab it. It's super pretty. Every single color is a banger. They are so beautiful, and it is not an ordinary palette in my opinion. I feel like all of these shadows just have the ability to transform, and I absolutely adore the color story. I feel like it is just super unique. Some of these colors are colors that you've seen before, but the depth of the colors and the way that they dance on the eyelids, you really don't get that anywhere but with Pat McGrath, and the overall color story of this palette just is spectacular. So I love it. I'm happy that she finally is bringing it back, and hopefully you guys can get your hands on it if you have wanted it. So definitely shop down below. I will have a link to this palette in the description box. I know that it is relaunching today, and based on how things have gone in the past, if you want this palette, you do have to act fast. So let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know if it is on your radar. Are you gonna get it? Like, are you hopeful to get it? Let me know down in the comment section. If you need more inspiration using this palette, I will link some of the other tutorials that I've done using this palette down below, as well as my initial review on it. So I will check you guys in my next video, which will be super soon. Smooches. Bye.